No matter how you feel about it, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania is doing well with audiences, 84% over on Rotten Tomatoes. And the critics, of course, naturally don't care for it. They have it at 48%, making you wonder, is it actually an okay movie? I don't know. I haven't seen it as of yet. I'm going to see it today so that I can talk about it tonight on Flashcast, my weekly stream here on this channel, usually around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you come and check that out. So I will let you know what I feel about it when I see it and review it tonight with my colleagues that I stream with every weekend. Now, the question I have is, will the movie make money? And we kind of have an outlook on that now, and it is actually tracking well. I never said this movie wasn't going to make any money. I know Kevin Feige is desperately hoping the movie makes money because numbers matter now. And if he starts putting out box office failures, it's going to be a bad look for him. Now, this movie, lucky for him, is tracking well. We actually have an update, a whole bunch of stuff to go over with this movie, but I wanted to take a look and let you know what it's actually tracking at now, and we do have an update. So now we have an update based on Thursday night previews and Friday. So update, after exclusive Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania Thursday came in at $17.5 million per Disney, $800K ahead of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2's previews in 2017. That figure is also ahead of previews for last year's Avatar: The Way of Water, and about the same as Jurassic World Dominion, and not far from Top Gun Maverick with $19 million. With an opening of $127 million 3 days. Now, that's just for domestic. I want to be clear on that. It's looking like it's going to make over or around $100 million for its domestic opening weekend. I imagine it'll have a high global, especially considering that China is in the running for the box office this time. So, a little bit more. How does it compare to Thor and Doctor Strange and Black Panther, the more recent movies that we have here? So this is what we have. Quantumania's preview is also ahead of Thor Ragnarok and 2018's Ant-Man and the Wasp. Internationally, Thursday saw Quantumania open in a 26 additional material markets, including Australia, Brazil, and Mexico, taking the full total to 43 to date. And the first 2 days have seen it earn an estimated $23.8 million abroad. And then they have that it's ahead of Doctor Strange, Love and Thunder, and Black Panther. So we're hearing from box office sources that Peyton Reed's Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania zoomed to 18 million last night. In previews from Showtimes, it started at 3 p.m. That figure, which could be higher or lower once Disney officially reports later this morning, is where Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Thursday night was back in 2017 at 17 million. The Thursday night previews for Marvel's crop last year were Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which was at 36 million. Oh. Love and Thunder at 29 million and Black Panther at 28 million. Industry projections have the 4-day for Quantumania at 120 million, but Disney thinks it's between 105 and 110. Nonetheless, the threequel is bound to set an opening record for the Ant-Man franchise and to be the best third President's Day opening ever after 2018's Black Panther for 242 million and 2016's Deadpool. Advanced ticket sales earlier this week were tracking 15% behind Thor: Love and Thunder, which opened to 144 million. So, this looks like a little bit of spin here. So, it looks like it's going to perform lower than most, but it's being spun that it's doing better than other movies. And what you need to remember here is that inflation plays a big part in these numbers. They're not adjusting these numbers for inflation. So remember, this year especially, inflation is up. Things cost more as well. So celebrating this movie making whatever amount that it makes, when you comparing it to movies from a few years ago, those numbers need to be adjusted because those movies are probably making about the same as what's being made today. The fact still remains, though, that it's not making as much as Thor, Black Panther, or Doctor Strange, which isn't good. So while yes, it's still making a good amount of money, and yes, it's going to have a good opening, and it will probably make, I think it'll probably make around the same amount of money as Thor: Love and Thunder at the end of the day. I think it'll come in somewhere around Thor: Love and Thunder and Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. That's where I think this film is going to end up. It's getting good word of mouth from people. The exit polls for the movie are apparently fairly high. So we'll see. Also, will the movie have legs? That's another question. So we'll see. It's still not going to really take off and go anywhere according to projections. So here's the thing. If this movie is lackluster, and then you have the Marvels, Guardians of the Galaxy is going to be the exception. That movie's going to make a shitload of money. And I think it'll likely be a good movie as well. I've honestly enjoyed all of James Gunn's comic book stuff. I liked all of the Guardian stuff, including that holiday special that he did. That was actually really good. And then you have his Suicide Squad movie. I really loved that movie. That movie was a lot of fun. I even liked Peacemaker. Peacemaker had some woke stuff in it, but I still didn't hate it. I thought compared to a lot of stuff that we get now is actually pretty good. It's going to be interesting, too, because he's already admitting that he's going to bring some Marvel actors over to the DCU. And I promise you, Chris Pratt probably going to play Booster Gold. But when you step away from Guardians of the Galaxy, which will be the exception, the next big movie they have is the Marvels. The Marvels just got delayed. So you've got the Marvels delayed now. They delayed it till November. And as Tom Connors quoted here, I smell reshoots. I think you're right. Because here's the thing. Kevin Feige said, the moment that they come on screen together makes me remember the day the first Avengers movie came out. This movie's not going to be as received as the first Avengers movie. It's probably going to be a shitty movie. I've read the plot leak. I'm not impressed. But, we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed, hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.